I'm sick of those pesky Power Rangers, but I have finally devised the ultimate plan to defeat those pesky Rangers once and for all.
Huh. Wonder who left this pile of garbage here?
Grow, my monster, grow!
Well, hello there! Oh, sweet mother of Zordon! Zedd, you monster!
Excellent.
Surprised it wasn't me this time.
Oh, even I have to bow down to Roland Emmerich for that movie.
Okay, then. I think that makes me feel better. I think.
Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve, and today I finally found one of these. Which is the Hasbro Power Ranger Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Lord Zedd figure. Now I gotta go grab a Tommy. But anyways, initially when I saw the series, I've been seeing a few of these figures here and there, but it's been the SPD and the, why can't I think of the name? The Dino Charge Red Ranger. And I don't really want to grab those, to be fair. Like, there's certain shows I would get the Rangers from, but for the most part, I kind of stick with Mighty Morphin era. That may be some of the newer ones I'd grab. But Lord Zedd was, like, easily growing up next to Shredder, one of my favorite TV show villains. And I don't know, I just, like, every time I see, like, a Lord Zedd that I can pick up, I usually try to grab him. And, like, this thing already, like, inside the packaging, what I've seen online, looks fantastic. Like, God, I'm hoping this thing is as good as it looks. Like, at least be, like, Marvel Legends good. Like, but I'm kind of, like, hoping for the stars that it's, like, at least, like, similar to, I'm going to say NECA. If it's, like, NECA good, this one will be, like, 10 out of 10. But anyways, we're just going to get into this because I want to mess around with this guy. So without further ado, for his packaging, you got a nice image of him here, but you can see him very nicely inside the package. I do notice that he does have a couple of scuffs, it looks like, in the paint. Like you can kind of notice on the chest, so that's a little bit depressing. But this guy's definitely out of the wave. He's the hardest one to get a hold of. So I'm not picky. Might grab another one if I see one. But the image on the side looks pretty nice. You got the Hasbro logo on the bottom. Opposite side, same image of Zedd on the back of the packaging. Just a nice menacing shot with him and his growing bomb. Forget exactly what it's called, but it's the thing that makes the monsters grow. And some Lego Mumbo Jumbo here on the bottom. So let's get him opened up out of his cardboard prison. Now that we have Lord Zedd opened up out of his cardboard prison, first we'll go over his accessories, starting with his growth grenade. Also want to point out that I kind of snipped my thumb at work and also got some paint because I was trying to fix the chest burster I'm working on, so I got it's more appropriate anyways for having Zedd anyways. Kind of gives me a little bit of a bloody look. Anyways, for the growth grenade, it's a nice metallic silver, kind of looks like Bospin sitting in the clouds from Empire Strikes Back a little bit, but this is what he would throw at the ground in order to make the monsters grow in the second season anyways. But pretty sweet. Glad he comes with it. What's kind of cool is like all the accessories this dude comes with that, and he can actually hold on to this very well. It's not just like a peg or something that it hooks into his hand, or just kind of like you have to get him to hold it appropriately in order for it to work. Like, whoops, bad showing there. Make sure to not knock that out with your thumbs. That might help a little bit, but again, holds on to it good without human interaction. Also comes with his Z-Staff, or just the staff. Yeah, but has the little lightning effect that comes with it over top of it, which is pretty sweet. I think was white in the show, though. To be honest, it's been a hot minute since I watched Mighty Morphin, so I'm not 100%. Actually, kind of appropriate to have it, like, if you have the White Ranger, because they did fight. Well, Tommy fought him as the White Ranger. Was he Green Ranger? Huh. Man, I really need to rewatch that show. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below. But still pretty sweet. I know he used it to zap people. It's awesome. You can also take this off if you want. Kind of, can I get it to like go on his hand? I know he didn't do it, but ooh, now he's got like electricity fist for punching people. Anyways, pretty neat little item. It's kind of cool too, like since it wraps around, you can kind of use this for other stuff too if you really wanted. But with the Z staff, you get the top Z section there. It's a little pointy at the end, a little thicker towards the center of the staff. Nice metallic plastic. Overall, pretty cool. Also, goes into his hand decently easy. There we go. So, kind of, what's nice too is you can have them pose with all the accessories and it doesn't look dumb, which I can always appreciate. Finally, he comes with a pair of extra hands. One extra gripping hand, just like the one here you see with him with the growth grenade, and a clenched fist. I don't actually know why you really need this one, because if you have him holding it in the other hand, then I guess you could have clenched fists that, if that's really what you wanted, but I kind of like him with the staff, so it's kind of silly. I almost kind of wish you would just would have came with an extra fist to do like sweet fighting poses with, because outside of that, he just has this one gripping hand, which is primarily for the staff, and then this one here for the growth grenade. So, not as much options as I'd like, but then again, for 25 bucks, he already seems like he comes with plenty enough as it is, to be fair. Also, real quick, just to show you guys how to swap out the hands. A little bit of a pain, but you're just going to want to grab at the base of the forearm and at the base of the palm of the hand. And you just grab. You're going to want to go straight out. It's a little scary though in these, because this is pretty thin. Probably the biggest negative on this guy. But you definitely can swap these out if you want to have a fist. Just make sure when you're going in, lined up straight. Pretty easy to do, but it's a little scary for how thin it is, especially to get it off. Make sure you're not wiggling it around, because that's going to be the easiest way you're going to snap that off. You know what? I'm just going to say, this might be one of the coolest Power Ranger figures I have ever owned, to be fair. I've had some of the figure arts ones, ended up selling them because they got stupid expensive. I mainly have the Legacy Collection ones, and I'm starting to buy these guys because they look awesome. Outside of him, like, it's like the Legacy Collection, like Dragon Zord. It's probably my other favorite one right now. But this guy, freaking phenomenal. Head sculpt looks sweet. You got his metallic red here for the visor here. Some metallic silver for the mask with the little horn crest thing with the Z on the top. You can see his brain. The only real, like, noticeable absence of paint on this guy in terms of just what you see from the show is I kind of wish they would have done the tip of his claws, because they did the back for the most part, but there's these little sections here and the claw portion of his nails. It would have been kind of cool to maybe see that painted as well, but then again, that's also the stuff that kind of scuffs a little more easily, so I kind of understand, but still might have been neat. But you do have his pretty much blood red skin tone. A lot of muscle definition. If I do say, Zedd is ripped. Also has like no skin to really hide any of the muscle. It's a little bit of color differentiation though between the body and the arms. Look a little darker. Ooh, actually, you know what? Looking at it from the back, it's like the transition to the back, it gets lighter. Huh. That's a little weird because his hands are a little brighter. So, skin's a little off color, to be fair. You can see here, same way coming down the legs here, too. He's got his metallic silver chest plate thing. Is it me, or is, like, Lord Zedd kind of like an anime girl where, like, the least amount of clothes possible makes you more powerful? Because that's kind of what that's looking like. Like, he even lost skin in order to obtain even higher power. But you have his tubes running along the entirety of his body. You got the chest ones going into the arms here, and then the arms coming into this back portion here. What's kind of nice too is moving this guy around. I'm not really afraid to rip these out. Like, granted, it's a possibility. Like, you yank that up a little too high, that is going to pop out, but still a lot of range of motion. And it's this nice little metallic, and it's this nice little translucent blue plastic. Same with the legs here. Not too concerned about it. Ooh, that did pop out though. Not a big deal. The section here comes into the top of his knee, and he has these two little tubes running it down from the knee to his feet. These ones are the ones that are definitely super terrifying, because it's like he has knee articulation, but does he now? We're gonna do it. There we go. It's a little sketchy, but it is possible. Just be careful there. Maybe let's just go over the rest of the articulation now, because we're already kind of hitting it. His legs can go out about that far, inwards about that far. Rotation at the top, which is actually really sweet, because looking at it, it kind of looks like it shouldn't. Well, it has a seam on there, so I guess it looks like it should, but I don't know. The metal plate kind of threw me off there. And it's just like, I'm surprised that like they didn't cut it there. And then the metal piece would have been like by itself. It's kind of cool that they actually had a little bit of forethought into it and had it a separate piece so that you don't, like the joint's hidden pretty well, which is really nice. And also for his feet, a little bit of motion side to side. Not too much forward and back. Forward enough feeling. It's mainly just rotation there. For his chest, pretty insane. Decently back. You could pretty much get it pretty much all the way arched back if you wanted to. Rotation at the top section here. Gotta be a little bit careful with the tubes while you're moving them around, but you get a lot of play with them there. Also at the top section of the bicep, he does get a forward and back, which is like very common on like figure arts figures, but it's, I don't know, I'm used to my Power Ranger figures not being able to clap their hands relatively easy, so that's pretty sweet. Head can rotate all the way around and can forward and back. A little bit of jive motion there. Hands can rotate all the way around. Swivel in one direction. Double jointed elbows. And a rotation at the top part of the bicep. Yeah, again, for the detailing, looks nice, especially on the back here too. Got the metallic spine here with some more metal plating here for his underwear, I guess I'm going to call that. Same with on the legs too. His little knee brace. It's kind of like him and Arnez have one thing in common, you know? He must have slipped at the gym too. I need to pick up a Tommy. I've seen a couple, but like one thing I did notice between each of them is there's definitely some like minor paint imperfections. Like one of the White Rangers had like some extra paint inside of his mouth. One looked perfectly fine, but then that one had like the shield wasn't quite as right. So there's some hit misses. So if you're definitely going to be picking this guy up, make sure to look at the variety on the shelf and select one that's appropriate for you. And for some quick comparison, here he is compared next to some of my more favorite Saturday morning cartoon villains. Well, sort of Saturday morning. I kind of consider you a Saturday morning cartoon villain. With the Essex Figure Arts Ultraman Belial and the NECA Shredder from the Target exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon 2-packs. And here he is next to the Bandai Legacy Collection Power Ranger figures with the Mighty Morphin White Ranger and Green Ranger. Which I will say for this line in particular, he's a little small. And here is next to some Power Ranger monsters with Pudgy Pig and Stag Beetle. And here is next to some Megazords with the Legacy Collection Thunder Megazord and the Dragon Megazord. And finally here he is with some competition with Servo from Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, the larger electronic one, and I was about to say Blue Beats, but that's the wrong show technically. Blue Stinger from Big Bad Beetleborgs. So overall for the Hasbro Power Ranger Lightning Series Lord Zedd, this thing is phenomenal. If you guys are a big fan of Lord Zedd, just pick this up. Pick this up now. Make sure to find it. He seems to be the one that's going to be the hard one to acquire out of this lot. But he's definitely got the articulation, the accessories, and just the overall sculpting. Like, this thing is easily as good as a figure arts, if not better for the price. Which is insane. Because, like, heck, those figures, I think when they came out, were like $40, $50 a piece. So you're paying like double for something arguably the same size with just as good of articulation and detailing. Granted, not quite as good, but for the price, I ain't gonna complain. So if you're a big fan of the character like I am, then make sure not to pass up on this guy. Hasbro definitely knocked this one out of the park, and it kind of makes me want to go grab the rest of them. Definitely gonna grab a Tommy. Not sure about the Dino Charger, but maybe the SPD one just because it's kind of cool. But we'll see. What do you guys think? If you guys picked up Lord Zedd, what's your favorite Power Ranger series? Or is it Shredder or just more you think? Please let us know in the comments. We have a Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, and Pinterest account. If you guys like to keep up to date with the channel, make sure to go follow those and donate for the Patreon one. And we also have a t-shirt shop down below if you guys would like to help support the channel that way as well. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a Ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.